Would I be an idiot for asking my dad not to invite his awful girlfriend to my wedding? Backstory: my, female 27, Latina, dad, male 51, white, started dating this woman, female 37, Asian, about 3 years ago. I tried to be friendly with her and include her in things in the very beginning of the relationship. However, she was very distant from me and kind of distant from my half-brother, male 22, half Latino, white passing. It turns out that she is actually really racist towards my people and sees them as the stereotype, no matter how much my dad has told her otherwise, as well as being racist towards other demographics as well as mine. She also doesn't understand why my dad is still friendly with my mom, female 50, Latina, and our side of the family when they are divorced after we turned 18 but on good terms. He still hosts Christmas parties with my cousins, birthday dinners and such since he's close to them. She believes that he should completely drop them and also my brother and I out of his life, and start over with her, baby and all. He has shut her down, saying this is done and my brother and I did it. She tried to convince him that she would just have the kid and send them off to her home country to be raised by her sister, and when they are 5 she would send them back to the States. My dad said absolutely not, and told her if this was brought up again he would kick her out. He has told her on multiple occasions that she can leave whenever she wants, she has her own money and can live fine, and that if she really wants to have her own family she can with someone else. However, he won't break it off himself, and claims it's part of her culture. She apparently envied me, because my dad came into the picture when my mom was pregnant, and gave up everything to be with her and me, and feels like my dad can't do the same for her. She claims she no longer feels this way and I think it's a lie. My fiancé, 27 male, white, and I are planning on getting married next year in March. His family isn't as close and are less likely to show up, so a majority of the guests will be Latino. My worry is that she will be expecting it to be a majority white people, and when she sees it's my mom's family that she'll feel uncomfortable and want to leave, and my dad will go too to keep her happy even if he's having a good time. My grandma, dad's mom, said I should just invite her to keep the peace, and my fiancé thinks we shouldn't have her come since she doesn't like me anyway. I feel like I should just talk to my dad about it, but I don't know if I'd be an idiot because it's not the first time I've talked to him about her behavior, and he got defensive and dined it up to that's how she was raised and her culture. Edit: I don't think she'll be loud and start any drama outwardly. Mainly because whenever I go to my dad she pretends I don't exist other than saying hi to please my dad. She does however like to talk about Trump every chance she gets, and my family is very Democrat, so that's a concern for me. Now for comments before the update. Not the idiot, but I don't understand why your father stays with someone who's so racist. Not the idiot. Shut down the racists at every turn. There is no excuse for it. Don't tippy-toe around the issue either. Call her on her bullshit and make it clear that it's why she is no longer invited to family functions. Making racists comfortable is part of the problem. Update: a lot has happened since I posted. I asked my brother for help and he gave me advice, and then when I finally made a date to have dinner with my dad to talk about it, my neighbor's daughter died last Friday. Her son was out of town, and mom had no other family in town, so I was her main support. I helped her though it for 3 to 5 hours, and she wouldn't see her daughter's body without me holding her hand. I'm not mad or upset about this. I'm just glad I was able to help her out. Her family was there right after, so I was able to leave and process everything. It was rough and I cried a lot. Then last Sunday morning we went to my father-in-law's house for breakfast, and someone broke into our apartment and stole our gaming consoles and other nerdy things. I have a video posted to help us find the thief. I thought he took my cats and was hysterically crying until they came out of hiding. My dad decided to come over to comfort me and my fiancé while my fiancé went to get the boxes in storage that have the serial numbers for the consoles. We ordered pizza, and after a while I just wanted to forget about what just happened and asked him about his girlfriend. They actually just had a fight, which my brother told me. So I asked how he was and how she was, and my dad kinda was nonchalant. It's fine, we're fine. She had brought up social issues he doesn't like to talk about with her because she is only ever trying to change his view. I also learned she's only been in America for about 3 years. I finally asked him how I didn't think she'd be comfortable at the wedding, and he just went, "Yes, she probably wouldn't have a good time. But sweetie, it's up to you, and you don't have to invite her if you don't want to. Don't worry about it." And he gave me a hug. Then we watched Umbrella Academy. He half watched it one time, but I insisted he give it a real shot, lol, and he loves it. But all in all, I had a shitty week and I still have homework to do and need to look for a new apartment. Thanks for the advice, everyone. It meant a lot. Not the idiot. I'll poop. Seems like you had a terrible time. I did not see the original post, but I did now, and I'm happy for you that it more or less turned out okay-ish. You may want to share pictures of the good kitties? I know it is not sending you cat pictures, but as a cat person, it always makes me happy too to send others pictures of the cats I meet. Good luck to you. I got my fingers crossed for your future. Not the idiot. Oh, I am so sorry to hear about everything that's happened to you this last week. I hope everything settles down, and you get to put this behind you and have a wedding with people who will celebrate you and share your happy moment. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not wanting my half-brother to have the same name as me? This is a really weird question, but for some reason it's turned into a whole issue. When I, male 16, was born, my parents named me Giuseppe after my grandpa on my mom's side. My parents divorced when I was 5, but my mom got sick when I was 12 and passed away a year later, so I had to go live full-time with my dad. 2 years ago my dad started dating Kaylee until they got married. I'm not close with Kaylee, but that's not because we don't like each other. We just don't talk a lot, and I'm always staying with my grandma or uncle on my mom's side when I'm not at my dad's. They found out they're pregnant months ago and also learned it's a boy. Ever since, Kaylee keeps saying she also wants her son to be named Giuseppe cause she likes the name so much and how it sounds. I straight up told her that's my name, and would be weird having my half-bro having the exact same name as me. Kaylee said it wasn't weird at all and I don't own the name, so I can't say it's mine. She seemed really mad that I called it weird and said I should get used to it because that's the name they're deciding on. My dad backed her up at first, but we talked a little more. I just told him it didn't feel right for us two to have the exact same name, and maybe that could be a middle name or something if she likes it so much. He talked to Kaylee about changing it as a middle name so the first name can be something else, but she just got more mad. Now she says I'm ruining this whole experience by making a big deal over a name. My dad is in the middle. He's willing to back me up and not let Kaylee name their baby, but says I should just let it go. My uncle, dad's brother, and some of my friends agree it's weird, but Kaylee is being super cold, so if I'm wrong here. Am I the idiot? Now for comments before the update. Not the idiot. Personally, I find that really weird. I'm surprised your dad agreed to it at first. Not the idiot. Even just having kids with the same first letter of their name can cause confusion in a household, let alone having 2 children in the same household with the same name. As you said, it's a family name from your mom's side. Surely they could find another name, maybe from the same origin? Update. My little bro was born last week and I'm still the only Giuseppe in the family, and my grandpa. I did like some of you were saying to do and had another talk with my dad to get him to understand. I'm glad everyone agreed it was super weird and for bringing up that it could cause some identity issues in the future if we have the same name. Plus the fact that it feels like she is trying to replace me and take a name in a way that she didn't even know about until she met me. My dad actually heard me this time, and he said he was sorry for not fully thinking about how this would make me feel. He listened more when I brought up the identity thing, and how it could cause problems for us in the future, so thanks for mentioning that. But after that he still wouldn't talk to Kaylee about changing her mind. My uncle, his brother, and his other family actually started giving him poop after I told them. They told him that's weird AF, and my uncle even told Kaylee too, which made her super mad. So after my dad was like, okay, he's not gonna be named that at all. They had a lot of fights over it because Kaylee wouldn't let it go. But my dad said there was no way in hell the baby was also gonna be named Giuseppe, and they were gonna have a big problem if she tried to name him that. Not gonna say he threatened to end things cause I wasn't in the room when they had their fight, but it was pretty big the way he said it. So yes, she gave up, but she was being super bitchy to me for a while. It was awkward, but whatever, I was just glad she stopped with the name thing. The name they give my bro isn't close to mine at all. Anyways, he's really cute. My dad says he looks just like me when I was born XD. Gonna be boring until I can play with him in a few months lol. Kaylee is still different, but she doesn't say anything when I'm holding my brother. He cries a lot, but I love him a lot and happy he's not Giuseppe 2.0, not the idiot. I find it weird that your dad didn't talk to Kaylee after you spoke with him. He only talked to Kaylee after his family tore into him, not the idiot. I missed this the first time around, and oh my, your little brother dodged a bullet there. My grandfather gave his son with a new wife the same name as my dad. Let's say Joe. Now, at the royal age of 58, he's still Little Joe, and will be Little Joe until my dad dies. Unsurprisingly, he is not close to my dad and resents him. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for being honest with my niece when she asked for my advice? I am gay and have been out of the closet for more than 15 years. My niece is a lesbian, and she came out a few years ago. She is 20 years old. We are close and we talk a few times every month. Last month, she had called me and asked me for advice. She asked what my experience dating people still in the closet had been. I didn't think much of it. She has asked me about my experiences before. She wants to write a book about LGBTQ+, and I thought it was mostly material for the book. I was honest with her. It is hard to date someone in the closet. It is almost as if you have shoved some part of yourself back into the closet to not out your partner. I told her that I had seen many people who started their relationship while a partner was out and the other was still in the closet, but they were able to support each other and come out and get married and be happy together. I also talked about my experience dating a man who was in the closet, and he was an incredible partner, but he was not willing to come out at all. The best outcome I could hope for was to be roommate. After some time I started to feel more like a guilty secret than his boyfriend. I couldn't force him to come out, so I broke up with him. He had to choose between family and me and he chose his family. Nothing wrong with that. I emphasized that it was about trust. If you trusted your partner to come out in time, it was worth it, but if you had doubts about it, if they could ever build a life together, then it is better to break up with them. My sister called me and shouted at me for projecting my experience onto her daughter. She seems to have broken up with her girlfriend who is still in the closet. I didn't even know she had a girlfriend. She accused me of poisoning her mind. I feel a bit guilty as my opinion is jaded by my experiences. Had I known she was asking about her own relationship, I would have been a bit more cautious with my words. Now for comments before the update. NTA. Your niece is a grown adult woman and your sister needs to butt out of her relationship with other people. This obviously weighed heavily on your niece, and she was leaning towards leaving her partner anyways, and wanted your opinion. Albeit she asked by being sneaky, not the idiot. She wasn't honest with you about why she was asking you these things. Even if she was, I see nothing wrong with what you said. She's an adult capable of making decisions. She clearly asked you because she was feeling doubt about the situation in the first place. Your experience with what she was asking about is valid and honest. She's 20. Why does her mother care so much about the decisions she makes in her relationship? Update. I received a ton of support from this forum. My sister and I hashed it out. She apologized for her hard words and we talked it out. My niece moved out just after and she patched up with her girlfriend. From what I understood, she is still in the closet to her parents, but she has come out to her friends. My niece seems happy. Her girlfriend is moving in with her and she is very excited about it. Some of the comments which pointed out that my sister liked her dating someone in the closet were correct. She is scared for her daughter. Understandable, but still not very helpful. I think they had a fight about it. I think my sister needs to come to terms with her daughter being out and proud. It goes to show how hard it is to come out. People you least expect to have biases may still have some which will hurt their queer children. Some people are okay with the idea of queer people but not with their children being queer. I am disappointed with my sister, as she has always been supportive of me, but I think a child coming out evokes different emotions than a brother coming out does. I hope she can work through them and be supportive, not the idiot. Thank you for the update and good for you for sticking up and sticking by your niece. You are a good uncle. I long for the day where LGBTQ people don't need to announce who they are, but can just be who they are. In the meantime, good for you for paving the way for your niece, not the idiot. I remember when reading your post that I thought you were an amazing uncle. Your update just reinforced that. Your niece is so lucky to have a supportive and loving uncle. I'm happy everything is working out so well. Your niece sounds happy in her new apartment with her girlfriend, and the girlfriend seems on a much healthier path coming out to friends. I'm sorry to hear about your sister's fears and feelings regarding her daughter dating someone in the closet. But now that she's being open about this, hopefully it means she can work through those feelings and any internal biases she may or may not have.